So in case you've been following the news, you would actually know that there was a new ban list in the OCG and it changed pretty much everything up. Well, at least in terms of Sprite and Tier Elements, because a bunch of other decks completely dodged the ban list. But granted, Tier Elements used to be the best deck and no longer is. What deck is going to be taking its place? I think I might actually hold the answer to this question, so I decided to make a top 10 best viable options for the OCG this format. But of course, you already know it before this video starts. My man-friendly reminder to smash the like and subscribe button. You're the best. Thank you so much. And now let's get right into it. Alright, so number 10 is a deck that is slightly worse in the OCG than it is in the TCG, and that would be Despia. Branded Fusion is at 1, which is kind of annoying, but apart from that, it's pretty much the same, and the deck is pretty nice. You already know what it can do, Gimmick Puppet Nightmare Lock, and then Mirror Jade Shenanigans, etc, blah blah blah. The issue is, it actually insta-scoops the D barrier, and I have pretty good evidence to believe that it's going to be a staple this format. Alright, number 9 is Super Heavy Samurai Bestiole. Now, the Super Heavy Samurai part completely dodged the ban list, which is really nice, but the Bestiole part didn't, and it actually got a pretty big nerf. Every single Bestiole monster got limited outside of Saronier, which is pretty huge in case you're playing like a really big Bestiole package. The goal is to use your Bestiole monsters as level 6 extenders so that you can synchro off using Assault Synchron and some other cards in order to summon cards like Bestiole Dispatter or Chaos Ruler, whatever. And yes, they still have Chaos Ruler. They're living in freaking Happy Land, man, I'm telling you. Number 8 is Runic Stun, but I'm honestly not really sure about the placement. It could be higher or lower on the list, but overall I do believe that it deserves a spot in the top 10 best decks. It's annoying as hell, it plays a lot of floodgates, it draws a lot of cards, screw that deck, and honestly it kinda dodged the ban list. The only hit was Runic Fountain going from 3 to 2. Number 7, of course, is going to be Sky Striker. I love that deck, and it actually got way better. Engage was always a 2 over there in the OCG, but Kagari was also a 2, and now Kagari is a 3. And also, Sky Striker is much better in the OCG than it is in the TCG because they have Maxi over there, and they can play Maxi without really losing to Maxi, and in the TCG, that's not a thing. Number 6 is another all-girl deck by the name of Exorcister. Again, another deck that is actually better in the OCG than it is in the TCG because they have cards that we do not have. They are currently playing the Spirit package, especially Sakitama, the new monster that opens up a lot of combos that the deck just couldn't really do before. And also, the Spirit package does not include a single brick, so Exorcister are really happy to incorporate it into their deck. Now, number 5 is going to be Dragon Link, a deck that I don't really know too much, but I'm still gonna try. Now again, every single Bestiole monster outside of Saronier got limited, but a deck that recently got second in a China tournament really didn't care too much because it played a very small Bestiole package to begin with. It can play a lot of hand traps and utility cards, and also, unlike us, they have 2 Striker Dragons, and again, they still have Chaos Ruler. Not to mention that you can also be really crafty and creative and potentially splash a Super Heavy Samurai package in your deck if you really want to. So in other words, it's a deck that rewards creativity in non-established formats, and it's a good reason why it's here. Number 4 is actually the exact opposite. It's Labyrinth, a deck that doesn't really reward you too much for being creative because it's very streamlined in how it's deck built. Even if Kelbeck and Mudora got limited, you really don't care because they were always played at 1, even in the furniture build, but outside of that, so in the real trap-heavy build, you don't need them anyways. So the actual only nerf is a skill drain going from 3 to 1, but it doesn't really matter that much. Now, number 3 is Kashtira, a deck that I do not like too much, but it's still pretty respectable, and it actually showed a lot of good results last format. It's pretty inconsistent now because the Fenrir, Unicorn, and the Field Spell are all at 1, but you still have some other ways to get your stuff going. In the number 2 position, I have one of the best decks in the entire game because of its boss monster, and it's extremely annoying, and that would be Purely. Now, Purely is actually a better Kashtira because they can also play Dimension Shifter, Dimensional Fisher, and don't really care about the graveyard, but they're also a better Despia because even though they also lose the D barrier, they lose a little less to it because they can play a lot of hand traps, utility cards, whatever. And they can also play the extremely annoying Secret Village of the Spellcasters to protect their Expurely Noir from getting outed by Xyzon Core or Herald of the Abyss. And that is exactly why a lot of people are playing the Kaiju monsters in the side deck now. Number 1 won't shock anyone, and pretty much everybody is going to agree with me anyways. The best deck that is going to be tier 0 and completely dominate the format, not even close, is going to be Adamancipator Super Heavy Samurai Vernalizer. Block Dragon is still a 3 over there. What the hell is this, Konami? And again, the Super Heavy Samurai package is broken and it completely dodged the list. And with their biggest rival, which was Tier Elements, finally disappearing from the metagame, they only really have to worry about Purely and also Kashtira locking their pen zones. That is big, by the way. Kashtira Shangri-La locking the pen scales is massive against anyone who plays Super Heavy Samurai. But yeah, I mean, anything else is basically always free because their end board is insane, so they always win going first, and they also have a very high ceiling going second. Anyways, that's all I had for you guys for this video. Thank you so much for watching. watching, and let me know your thoughts about this format in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.